I have to change all these, so we're not gonna start just yet. Okay, yeah. I tried getting it to do it. Did not want to work. Kim. Okay. 4. Done. Wrong field. What's game 2? Yeah, if you're gonna color. High rollers, skulls of rock. That makes sense. Tonight is going to be very fun. Even. Yeah, that's what I have pulled up, Fisek. What's game of the night? Game is it overdrafts? Gaucho? Yeah. That's gonna be like the main attraction tonight for sure. You know what? I'm glad you're muted right now, so nobody has to hear your sarcasm, puppet. Everyone just gets to hear me breathing heavily into the mic. Last game of the night is Express at Lumberjacks. Okay. Okay. Go. Hit him with like a little between action. Alright, and then we're gonna go back to the game. What is going on, everybody? We got some week 4, day 3 action. First game is going to be the Wrong Fielders at Shaka playing against the Vikings. We expect to have some sort of pitcher's duel going on. Got Sandra Lee versus Joy Holiday. And let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm joined by Puppet. I don't know how long he's going to stick around for, but he's here right now, so we should enjoy his presence.
Thank you.
What can you tell me about Joy Holiday?
What can I tell you about Joy Holiday? Trying to find the stats, but I can only find the all-time stats, so...
All-time stats work. I don't know if we have any season updated stats.
Yeah, I don't think we have, yeah.
I don't think they're out yet. And she gets rung up there. Holiday earns herself first K of the night.
So let's see, Joy Holiday has a career 1.15 whip, which is actually
That's
quite
really
impressive.
But why is everything trying to update in the background? She rings up Pedro Cruz there for out number 3. We head into the bottom of the first. Vicky Marshall leading things off for the Vikings. He pops this one up behind the plate. It'll get into the seats for a foul ball. Sorry, I'm not as attentive because I'm freaking out that game is already stuttery. She lifts this one out into center, and making the grab will be Pedro Cruz. Brings up big old Judd French.
There he is.
And this will get down for a Bombers special on left field. Gramps Elderberry fields it and throws it in. So that'll be a 1-out single for Judd French. How is it's off and on stuttering? Yeah, I don't know why it's stuttering. I thought we fixed it. I cranked my fans into overdrive, so I'm gonna hope that helps. But if we're just starting and it's stuttering, we might have to pivot. My computer doesn't want to cooperate today. It seems to have stabilized. I was getting the over encoding or whatever it is on OBS. I'm no longer getting that.
That's good.
I jinxed it.
Nice.
Consider turning video settings down for faster encoding. And he gets rung up there, Sandra Lee. Start by removing the 5000 desktop. What does that have to do with anything? Does that make my computer slower having desktop icons? Or are you just poking fun? And that one gets hit up the middle. Gramps Elderberry leads off with the base hit.
Gramps Elderberry in a red uniform.
Number 19.
We'll bring up Boomer Lasers. Is the wrong fielders just a bunch of old Serpents players that I didn't trade him? Gramps Elderberry, Dartboard, and Lasers all played for the Serpents at one point.
Yeah, but I mean, he was your assistant manager, and I think he
Yeah,
probably
that is fair.
wanted a couple players coming over. So
Bring up Trudy Fruity. I remember. No, I'm not recording, Feisik. People in chat were talking about how Fruity was just sitting on the bench and the wrong fielders were winning games. So let's see how she does off the bench. She's quickly up 3-0. Pops that one up.
no,
One's
he's
in the dirt swinging. What was that?
What Isaac asked.
No, I'm not streaming to Puppet. This one's blooped out into center. French ranging over. Will make the grab. And we'll be able to get it in time to prevent any runners from advancing. We'll bring up Sophia Saturn. She was drafted early, or was she drafted early on last draft?
Yep, she was one of the higher end up drafts. I believe the first player drafted during this draft.
Gotcha.
Actually, one of my created players. So
she's got a man in scoring position, but she gets rung up there. Joy Holiday gets another K. Turning down crowd density? No, we can't do that.
I don't think you can turn down the crowd density without like until another game.
Yeah, that's what Feisik was saying. When Wayne grants that one out to Spencer Reed, so the Vikings able to get out of that little bit of a jam. Well, they got the 5, 6, and 7 due up. Deputy Reed and short stacks.
Oh, what am I kidding? Sophia Saturn, she was a season 7 draft.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
she was
That's what
41. Oh, I thought. Yeah, I was thinking season 8, because it was one of my players that I believe the wrong fielders got pretty early too. Anyway,
Full count here to Deputy. And she gets rung up there. Swinging on the off-speed inside. Bring up Spencer Reed. His power versus left-handed pitchers is active. Reports of the Skulls interest in Spencer Reed earlier today.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, Skulls really been looking to change up their roster here as they've gone what was it, 1-5 now at the start of our season 8, which they really were planning to go far in. So
Yeah, selling a couple of prospects and grabbing Wreck Dreams. Who else did they add in the offseason? A couple of pitchers. But yeah, it did seem like the Skulls wanted to compete going into this season, and now I believe it seems like they've given up. We'll see if they're able to make any sorts of trades on off some of these big pieces.
it's such a tough group: ball players, Stingers, Cyclones. So
That is a tough division.
And I don't see that division getting any easier in the future either.
Yeah, Stingers picking up Monica Elmenreich earlier. Cyclones haven't made too many movements this season, but the ball players for sure overhauled their entire team going into this season. The Stingers are at their full potential, it seems. Bit of a bobble there by Short Stacks, but she's able to flip it to Holiday in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the third. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Vikings.
And one hit for either team. Sandra Lee probably going to be locked in. Saw Holiday was locked in at the end of the last inning, so going to be a tough one to break here. No, not locked in yet, but likely will be soon.
2-2 here to Jacinda Smith. Fouls that one off. A nice dive by Saturn over there at third. Swinging at probably ball 4, full count. And strike 3 as she swung at the high heat. The 1 out now for Kazuya Miyuki. Swings through that one very late on that pitch. Another one outside, 2-2. And hit hard but right to dartboard for out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup, Vicky Marshall. Likely the last season you'll see for a lot of these Vikings faces. They've got a lot of people down in the minors that might be ready for next season. And a lot of these faces are going to get shifted out. And she rips that one into center, but that's going to get shot good. Pedro Cruz grabs it for out number 3, so we're still scoreless through 3. Part of the wrong fielder's order due up.
I think that's something that we're going to see a lot this season is a lot of early zeros on the board, as it's really a competition. But if you can get into the hitting earlier in the game, you're gonna have a much easier time stopping the pitcher from getting locked in, getting mojo ups. And then it's really about if you can hit your stride right when the pitcher's at their 90th pitch, when they're about to switch, but not once they've switched. So.
Yeah. Pedro
Cruz.
Struck out again.
Happy ice cream.
1-2 the count here to Gramps Elderberry. And strike 3, Holiday rings him up.
Battery low.
Oh no, that's gonna be a new meme. Gosh darn it. My headset battery is low and it made the little sound. So I know that they had to have heard it, because I know that everyone can hear it go, mic on, mic off. The real question is, what can I unplug to plug it in because I don't want to unplug my fan. I can still unplug my mouse.
A bold move. Judd
Charging
French up to bat.
battery.
Seems really locked in now.
Oh yeah. And Judd French rips that one through the left side. So he's on for the second time tonight already. He's got both hits for the Vikings so far. And Liam Frycheck hits that one hard, round him out, making a nice play, but only play is at first, so French will advance to second. I'll bring up Amir Williams. And he hits that one hard, but right to dartboard. He'll field it swiftly, throw it to first for out number 2, so man 90 feet from home with Gage Deputy up. Base hit will do it. Or a pass ball. Speed. French still has some speed. And that one will get down the diving dartboard. And the Vikings strike first off the bat at Gage Deputy. I thought there was a good chance that dartboard would stretch out and grab that one.
Yeah, it was just a bit weird of timing on the dive or the jump.
Spencer hits that one hard, but right to dartboard. That'll be out number 3. So the Vikings pick up 1. We head to the top of the 5th. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the wrong fielders.
For the wrong fielders, having past couple seasons taking it real slow. Started off the season 4-1. They're only lost to the Dragons in week 3. So looking to make a move for the playoff, but they are in the Heroic Evolution, which has the Gauchos as well as the wrong field themselves, as well as the Dragons, who are making a couple moves. So we'll see how their odds fare. But they've they've beat some tough opponents, the Lumberjacks as well as the Dragons.
That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Holiday, striking out 2 and then a 1 pitch out to end it. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Speaking of the Dragons, though, their trade block is a little interesting, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a little bit.
Putting up homer runs specifically, and trading Harry Von Crum today.
Harry Von Crum, longtime Dragons player. Homer runs recently acquired. Really a big move, honestly. Just not enough to push them through the playoffs last season.
And that one's just going to get fouled. Jacinda Smith. Ooh, and that one is popped up into center. Pedro Cruz will grab that for out number 2. Yeah, homer runs is one of the better hitters on the Dragons this season for sure. I recall the last time I streamed in their game against the Overdrafts, it was basically just him on offense. Definitely putting up some numbers. But I mean, if they're willing to trade Harry Von Crum, I think they're willing to trade just about anyone. Gary Starr's also on the list. I think the only person Fysick will never trade is himself.
Yeah. A lot of teams have their own managers as a player, and probably quite attached to those.
Oh yeah. Joy Holiday is on fire, by the way. 8 Ks through 5 innings. And as I say that, she gives a walk.
Caster's curse.
Yep. Dropped her down to locked in.
And there's the formerly 11-speed Steeler Brick House on first.
Oh yeah. Not a ton of speed on the wrong fielder, so one ground ball could be the end of the inning here. One gets in there for a strike, 1-1 here to round him out. That one's gonna be foul, 1-2 the count. Ooh, and that one just misses inside. Full count now. A grounder to short stacks, back to Smith, back to Reed for the Dragons special to get out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th, top of the order, due up for the Vikings. Nice double play to get out of that inning. And Marshall absolutely lifts this one at the track, at the wall, and it gets over. That's out of here. Vicky Marshall makes it a 2-0 ball game. 400 feet, barely over the left field wall. We'll bring up French, who's 2 for 2 tonight. Sandra Lee no longer locked in.
Yeah, this is a good time right here for the Vikings to try and make some moves. Sandra Lee.
Am I losing my mind? That ball hit the ground.
Yeah, you're losing your mind.
That ball looked like it chopped. Apparently it was a line drive to dartboard for out number 1 though. Amir
The
Williams.
game never lies. We all know this.
Oh yeah, trust me. We've looked at something. That wasn't even Amir Williams. Who was just up to bat? It was Fry Shack. That ball was in the dirt for a strike 2, and Amir Williams swings at the off speed for out number 3. We head to the top of the 7th, 3, 4, and 5, due up for the wrong fielders.
Yeah.
Oh, 0-2 to Pedro Cruz. He's got tough out and high pitch. Makes his stats extremely beastly.
Pedro Cruz, probably one of my favorite players in the league.
For sure. Fun one to watch. And that ball is ripped over the jumping glove of short stacks. And Pedro Cruz is going to earn himself a stand-up double. Vicky Marshall able to get it in time.
Yeah, she does have a bit of a weak arm out there, but...
Yeah. Bring up Gramps Elderberry. And we're in one swing baseball. He grounds this one out to Reed, but that'll advance the runner to third. So 1 out now, man on third for Boomer Lasers.
This is a really big opportunity here for the wrong fielders.
Oh yeah. Holiday showing some signs of getting tired. Her stats are about half of what they usually are. She's approaching 100 pitches. This could easily be her last batter, but she's locked in. The game hates taking out a locked in pitcher. And Boomer Lasers is not giving her an easy time. He's fouled off about 5 in a row, and that one gets through, so the wrong fielders put themselves on the board with a single from Boomer Lasers. And they're leaving Joy Holiday in.
That's an interesting choice.
The face Trudy Fruity. They could go to the pen. They have... Who they got? They got Squirrel McDuff.
Well,
they got Bruce Hot Mike.
It's really on Tammy John.
Oh, Tammy John, that's who it is. That's their relief pitcher nowadays.
But the rest of their relief pitching, not so great. So I think we'll probably see Tammy John to try and close this one out.
And short stacks to Reed. to Holiday for the Dragon special, so the Vikings able to get out of that one. We head into the bottom of the 7th. Everyone in chat, if you are not a part of the Discord, you should join our Discord. I think you can do like an exclamation point Discord or something, and like a link will pop up. Join the Discord. Thank you, Puppet. We talk
Sandra
about
Lee
the
staying
games.
as well, 85 pitches.
Oh, Sandra Lee's only at 85. The Vikings not working the count as much as the wrong fielders have been. Only 4 Ks for Sandra Lee. Holiday exited with 8. And Reed pops this one out into right. That'll be grabbed for out number 2. Brings up Evangeline Short Stacks. And she hits this one hard, but straight up in the air. Pedro Cruz will wave off Wood and Wayne. Grab it for out number 3. Head to the top of the 8th. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the wrong fielders. And Holiday's still in.
That is an interesting choice.
Starting the inning with 106 pitches, locked in. All of her stats are in the red. Her stam's in the red. Full count here to Wayne. She gets him to ground out to Fryshek, but that should very well be her last batter.
In defense of Holiday, it was the 8-9-1.
They're bringing in Annie Walker, free agent pickup this season, instead of Tammy John in a 1-run game. And Short Stacks dives for that one and robs the wrong fielders of a hit. It was Brickhouse, that's who it was. 1 and 2 here to dartboard. Inside 2 and 2. And dartboard hits that one hard to Reed over to Short Stacks in time for out number 3. So Annie Walker able to retire 2 in a row. Get the Vikings out of the 8th inning. 8-9-1 due up for the Vikings as they look to add some insurance runs. And Jocinda Smith lifts this one out into right field. Wood and Wayne heading back to the track. A diving attempt off of his glove. Jocinda Smith is going to get in there for a stand-up double. Wood and Wayne's got quite the arm, so he was able to keep her at second there.
Yeah, that's a really great example of where arm matters.
And Kazuya Miyuki lifts this one over Wood and Wayne's head off the wall. He's going to round first and head into second, and that'll score Jocinda Smith, so it's 3-1. That'll do it for Sandra Lee. They'll bring in Cam Iconic. But the Vikings have added another insurance run. They have a man in scoring position with no outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
Cam Iconic, arguably the best relief pitcher that the wrong fielders have. So.
And a diving attempt by Saturn, not able to field it cleanly, and Vicky Marshall's going to earn herself a hit. So men on the corners now for Judd French.
With no outs.
1-1 here to French. Did he use all of his hits earlier in the game? Pops this one up behind the plate. It'll get into the seats.
Pretty incredible the type of stats that a season 2 player can hold up.
Oh yeah.
Like Judd French.
And he hits that one up the middle. That'll score Kazuya Miyuki. So man on first and second, no outs for Liam Fryshak.
Sort of falling apart here.
1-2 here to Fry Shack. And Boomer Lasers diving in. Cam Iconic bobbles the throw to first. So Fry Shack will reach base on an error, but the bases are loaded. No outs for Amir Williams. Cam Iconic is now tense.
I think Lasers could have stepped up and stepped on the bag for that one.
I also think so. Round him out to second, to first. The Dragon special, but a run will score. 5-1 Vikings. Men on third, still 2 outs. And that one's hit up the middle. Deputy plates another run. 6-1 Vikings. We'll bring up Spencer Reed. Well out in front of that one. And that one. And that one's hit up the middle. Round him out. The throw to first is not in time. Reed, max speed, able to get there for an infield single. Brings up short stacks. First and second, 2 outs. One's grounded to third. Just foul. 0-2 the count. Fouls one off to stay alive. Another one. And another.
Take your time.
Takes one low, 1-2. Working the pitch count of Cam Iconic. He is not having a fun day. And that one's hit up the middle. Dartboard throws it to first in time to retire short stacks, but the Vikings put on 4 in the bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, and 4 due up. The wrong fielders trail by 5. Let's see if Annie Walker has what it takes, and that's a 1 pitch, 1 out. Brings up Pedro Cruz. That one's just foul.
That's inside.
1-2 to Pedro, tough out, active.
Inside.
Full count now to Cruz. And that one's low, so Walker walks Cruz. Bring up Gramps Elderberry.
Number 99. Ball inside. That's inside.
And that one is over the jumping glove of Spencer Reed. This will be extra bases. Cruz will score, and Gramps Elderberry will have a stand-up double. 6-2 Vikings. Wrong fielders now only trail by 4.
Number 19.
Yeah, that's better than trailing by 5.
Yeah. Every run counts.
That's outside.
And in that sort of stacked division, you know, I think the
Run differential for
differential,
sure.
yeah,
Ball four.
could come into play.
And Boomer Lasers earns himself a walk, so men on first and second now for Trudy Fruity, and that's going to do it for Walker. They're going to go to Tammy John. And let's see if Tammy John can get the Vikings out of this one and wrap this one up. One's fouled off. 1-2 to Fruity. That one's lined to Fry Shack. So 2 outs. Sophia Saturn up to the plate.
Break.
He's tense.
Off the plate. That's low.
2-1 the count here to Saturn. That one's fouled, so the whiffer trait will be active. For contact is more than halved, and That one's lifted out into right. Vicky Marshall under it. And grabs it for out number 3. So the Vikings take this one 6-2. Out hit the wrong
Advance.
fielders 10-5. Big last inning.
Yeah. Lots of insurance there. Vikings 3-2. Wrong fielders move to 4-2.
The older players on the Vikings showing up. Marshall and French combined 5 hits. Gage Deputy posting 2 hits and a couple RBIs. Elderberry earned himself 2 hits. Pedro Cruz had his nice double earlier in the game. Or later in the game, I guess. Fruity and Lasers also getting themselves some hits. Sandra Lee, 7 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Holiday, 7 1/3, 1 earned run. Cam Iconic was not charged with any of the earned runs, despite giving up 4 hits.
That's that. I don't know, because he definitely dropped that one easy toss
Yeah,
at first. So
that's a tough one. But Tammy John gets the save. Your MVPs are Joy Holiday, Vicky Marshall, and Judd French. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with High Rollers at Skulls. And we are back. Make sure page is CP. Okay, I didn't do that. So. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. This time for real. Ela Page was CP. So sorry if in another parallel universe I had seen that message before. Press start and a different outcome happens than what happens now. But we are at Bengata High Rollers at Skulls of Rock. Austin Floston versus Polo Ensalada. We're kicking things off. Polo Ensalada on the mound for the Skulls of Rock. Mary Stone quickly up 3-0. That one finds his own 3-1. Now one's hit hard out into center. Buzz Yellow. Nope, that's Kipshaw. Kipshaw Jr. making the grab for out number 1. We'll bring up Wally Woolley. I'm alone. Puppet is left. He was only able to attend the first game. 1-2 the count here to Woolley. Fouls that one off to stay alive. And another one. One misses inside 2-2. Full count now here to Woolley. And strike 3, Polo Ensalada rings him up. We'll bring up Max Range. And he hits this one hard into right. But that's going to stay in. Yellow makes the grab for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the first. Botley, Cat, and Dreams due up.
Second baseman, number 21.
Austin Floston on the mound for the High Rollers. Going to the count here to Botley. And Botley lifts this one out in the left field. Mary Stone ranging over and grabbing it for out number 1. We'll bring up Galileo Cat.
Number 18.
1-2 the count here to Cat. One misses inside, 2-2. Dribbler, Becky Foe picks it up and throws it to first for out number 2. We'll bring up Wreck Dreams.
Number 13.
Acquired this off season from the Moonshots. That one's hit hard, but Woolley grabs it and throws it to first for out number 3. We head to the top of the second. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the High Rollers.
The second baseman.
Becky Foe leads things off. How is everybody doing in the chat? Y'all having fun this Wednesday night? As Becky Foe earns herself a walk.
Number 40.
Blind Ollie in the box, 0-2. Hits that one hard, rips it foul. And strike 3, swinging at one well outside.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number
Bring up
10.
chicken tender. I'm doing good, donut boy. I'm chilling. You know? What more can you ask for? Some baseball. The hit and run was on. Wreck Dreams grabs the liner, but not able to tag Becky Foe or get to the bag in time to double him up. Good base running by Becky Foe, getting back in time. Carlita Beltran grounds that one out to Dreams for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the second. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Skulls. There's lots of rumors about the Skulls making a couple of different trades before this game tonight. None of them ended up going through in time. We'll see if we get some tomorrow as Alicia Kim's leads things off with a single up the middle. Definitely seems like the Skulls are putting in work trying to pawn Wreck Dreams off on someone. Obviously Wreck Dreams still a huge bat to add to your lineup, but he is a season 4, so he'll start going down as this season as this league progresses. Not going to go up anymore. And on first and second now, no outs for Santa Ram. J. Watt was criticized for his trade for Santa Ram, but in response said he was lit in my Sims. He grounds that one to second. Becky Foe able to make a play at second, but not in time to get Ram at first despite his speed. So men on the corners for Kip Shaw Jr. Shaw Jr. was acquired from the Vikings, I think last season or 2 seasons ago. That sent Bruce Hot Mike over to the Vikings. And Shaw Jr. grounds that one to Foe to Woolley to range in time for the Dragons special. The high roller is able to get out of that one. Indeed a nifty play, Donut Boy. G Baby Evans leads things off for the high rollers in the top of the third. And he hits that one up the middle, so another leadoff single. This time for the high rollers. We'll bring up Rocket Rodriguez. He's got the high pitch trait. Let's see if they hang anything in the zone. And the runner is off. G Baby Evans is gunned. G Baby Evans barely not able to get in there in time. The bang bang play for sure. And Rocket Rodriguez pops this one up into right. Buzz Yellow will grab that for out number 2. We head to the top of the order. Mary Stone in the box. Two into the count here to Stone. And she gets rung up there. Enchilada gets her swinging on the off speed. Head to the bottom of the third. 8-9-1 due up for the Skulls of Rock. Catcher Kevin Manikin leads things off. Two into the count here to Mannequin. Full count now. And Floston loses them. So a leadoff walk for the Skulls. We'll bring up Carol Henry. One of the higher rated players on the Skulls of Rock, batting in the 9th hole. And that's a liner right to foe. Mannequin stays at first. Head to the top of the order. Bemmerman Botley. And that one gets through, so that'll be another single. So men on first and second now. One out for Galileo Cat. Boston, 2 1/3 innings pitched so far, already at 40 pitches. Giving up 3 hits and a walk so far, no strikeouts. Or at least it doesn't show any strikeouts, I don't remember. 2-2 to count. And a liner to range, and he throws it to Foe to get Mannequin at second. Both runners were very far off the bag. That ball was not hit that hard, but the high roller is able to double up the Skulls to get out of the inning. I also thought that was interesting. I definitely thought he was going to go tag first. But I guess the throw to second was a little flashier. Woolley earns himself a leadoff walk. We're still scoreless through 3. And Range hits that one hard to Henry. To Dreams for the Dragons special. I did not realize Carroll Henry was playing shortstop instead of first base. I guess that makes sense since they have Rick Dreams over there at the corner. 3-0 to Becky Foe. She grounds that one to Ensalada. Throws it to first in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th, the heart of the order. Due up for the Skulls. Dreams, Kim, and Yellow due up. Very tough part of the Skulls order. We're going to face 3 very scary bats in a row, but Rick Dreams pops this one out into right for out number 1. Boston now locked in. And Alicia Kim lifts this one out into right at the track, at the wall, and a diving grab by Baby Evans. Oh my gosh. What a play. At the warning track, dove towards the wall. What a grab. I thought for sure that that was going to be extra bases, and Floston rings up Buzz Yellow. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the high rollers. That's a good one, Hummus. I know. Some of the AI tracking in the outfield is not the best. I've witnessed it for sure. But Baby Evans always has to be flashy, whether it's a walk-off homer, a walk-off grand slam, or just flashing the leather like that. And Ollie gets rung up there by Ensalada. 4 Ks on the night already. He's locked in as well. I think fielding has to be a part of their tracking, right? But I think speed also plays a lot in it as well. Because I think if a player is slow enough, they just don't even try for some of them. And Carlita Beltran belts this one into right at the track, at the wall. Buzz Yellow. And that baby's out of here. Carlita Beltran puts the high rollers on the board. A solo shot to right, 379 feet. Donut Boy is pogged up in chat. That ball was jacked. Baby Evans grounds this one out to Carroll Henry for out number 3, but the high rollers put themselves on the board. off the bat at Carlita Beltran.
Now batting, the third
Santa Ram leading things off.
25.
Austin Floston is still locked in as the Skulls look to clap back. I'm not sure off the top of my head how good the Skulls of Rock bullpen is, but surely I think the High Rollers probably have them beat with Peach Dropkin and Tipsy Reynolds. And Floston only at 61 pitches through 4. And Ram grounds this one out to Foe for out number 1.
Now back, the center fielder, number 33.
Brings up Kip Shaw Jr. 2-1 the count. And this one's popped out into left. Mary Stone will grab that for out number 2.
Now back, the
We'll bring up a locked in Kevin Manikin. Why is he locked in? He's got a diving grab by Foe over to first. The throw is in the dirt and it wouldn't have been in time anyway. So Manikin gets himself a single there. I think the locked in speed might have been the difference maker. Yeah, I guess I didn't know throwouts gave Mojo ups though. And Henry lines that one to Woolley. We head to the top of the 6th, 9-1 and 2 due up for the High Rollers.
the center fielder,
But a walk and a throwout is not a lot to get locked in. But I think the performance of the rest of the team also plays into effect when it comes to Mojo stuff. So I guess that makes sense. And a diving attempt by Wreck Dreams. Botley up with it, but not in time. Rocket Rodriguez able to beat that one out.
number 14.
We'll bring up Mary Stone, 3rd time through the order. We're gonna check on Rocket Rodriguez. Is that the first hit for Rocket Rodriguez? They need to save that ball. Mary Stone hits that one to Ram, and they get the out at second, but Stone just a little too fast
Number 3.
to prevent the Dragon special. Wally Willie rips that one up the middle, so 1st and 2nd now, 1 out. As the High Rollers look to put on some insurance runs.
Number 89.
Max Range in the box. 2-0. They're going to check on Stone over at 2nd. She's got the Steeler trait. She's got a lot of speed. We're going to check on her again. And they're both off. Mary Stone is in there in time easily. The ball was in the dirt. Full count here to Range. And they're going to walk Range. So bases loaded now for Becky Foe.
Number 4.
One of the best hitters on the team. With the bases loaded and only 1 out. 1-2 the count. And strike 3, that's a huge strikeout for Ensalada.
Third baseman.
But now he has to get through Blind Ollie. No one's in there for a strike. Well out in front of that one, 0-2. No one's in the dirt, check swing. And strike three, Enchilada rings him up. High inside heat. So Enchilada got out of that one. Bases loaded, only one out. Strikes out the next two batters. High rollers leave the bases loaded. Top of the lineup due up for the Skulls. They need one to tie it. Floston still locked in, and that one's through past the glove of Becky Foe, and Bimmerman Botley has himself a leadoff single.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 18.
Leo Cat in the box. 1-1 the count. Off speed tricked him on that one. 1-2. He pops this one out into right. Evans will make the grab for out number one. For one out, men on first still for Wreck Dreams. Got the heart of the Skulls lineup coming up. 2-0 to Dreams. They're gonna check on Botley over at first. He's got a lot of speed, but Beltron's got an arm. 2-1 to Dreams. That one's high, 3-1. They'll check on Botley again just to make sure. And that one's just outside. First and second now, one out for Alicia Kim. She's got RBI, man, and it's active. She was robbed last plate appearance by Evans out in right field, making a spectacular dive. And she rips this one into left, and that one is out of here. The Skulls of Rock 3-run homer. 416 feet off the bat of Alicia Kim. That puts them up by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. And they're not done. Only one out so far. Buzz Yellow up. Floston no longer locked in. 90 pitches. And that one's going to get down. Buzz Yellow earns himself a hit. So the Skulls putting together a bit of a rally. Floston might be tense. They might pull him for Tipsy. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring in Tipsy Reynolds. Santa Ram due up. Quickly 2-0 to Ram. No one's in there for a strike. 2-1. Ram fouls that one off to stay alive. 2-2. Busted bat, foul ball. That one's high and away, full count. Ram fouls it off to stay alive. And a 9-pitch walk for Santa Ram. Good at bat against Tipsy Reynolds.
Number 33.
Kipshaw Jr. Men on first and second. One out. And that one's grounded back to Reynolds. She bobbles it and the throw is not in time. Bases loaded for a locked in Kevin Mannequin. And Mannequin lifts this one into center. Rocket Rodriguez will grab it. The runners at second and third will tag up. So another run will score. It'll be 4-1 Skulls of Rock. Men on the corners now for Carol Henry. Reynolds already at 14 pitches as she tries to get out of this inning. And another one is hit through the middle. Carol Henry plates another one. 5-1 Skulls. Men on first and second for Bimmerman Botley. 2 outs. Reynolds is tense. One's in there for a strike. One's well high, 1-1. Botley fouls that one off, 1-2. Low 2-2. Another one, full count now. The runners will go. And Botley rips it off the glove of Blind Ollie. Carroll Henry will round third, head for home. And the Skulls of Rock have a big inning, 6-1. Men on the corners, they're not done. Cat at the plate. Two and one to Cat. Reynolds already at 25 pitches. 3 hits, 2 earned runs, and a walk. And she'll finally get out of the inning. Cat rounds it out to max range, but the Skulls, big inning, put up 6. We head to the top of the 7th, 6, 7, 8, due up for the High Rollers. I think a lot of us expected this game to go a certain way. And I would definitely say it's going the exact opposite. But that's going to be a leadoff walk from Chicken Tenda.
Number 36. Now pitching. Number 24.
That's going to do it for Ensalada. They're going to bring in Jesus Shuttlesworth. Rolita Beltran in the box. Fouls this one down the line. That'll get down. 0-2 the count. Fouls that one off. 1-2. This one up the middle. Botley to second. To first. Not in time. They'll get the runner at second, but Beltran will beat out the throw to first. We'll bring up G Baby Evans. Somehow not locked in despite his incredible catch earlier in the game. And a diving attempt by Ram over to first in time to get the speedy Evans. So 2 down, men on second for Rocky Rodriguez. Looking to get his second hit of the season. The second hit of this ball game. His team trails by 5. And he gets rung up there. Shuttlesworth strikes him out. The end of the inning. Heart of the Skulls lineup due up. We head to the bottom of the 7th. I want to thank everyone out for coming out tonight. You guys are not a part of the Discord. You can type in !Discord to get a link and join. We have fun. We talk about baseball. We talk about stuff that's not baseball. I think we're a fun group of guys to be around. So if you enjoy the stream, make sure to join the Discord so you can find out the next time we have the SSBL games going on. 0-2 to Kim. And Kim rips that one into right. That'll be a 1-out single. Mojo up for Kim. Her speed is pretty good, and now it's even higher. She might test the arm of Beltran. Tipsy Reynolds already at about half stats. Less than half of her stamina remaining. They're going to check on Kim. 2-1 to Buzz Yellow, though. Buzz Yellow is going to pop this one out into center. I don't know, Fisek. I feel like if the Skulls of Rock can beat the High Rollers, maybe they just got off to a bad start and they should let it roll. And Santa Ram grounds that one out to second. So a quick inning for the Skulls. We head to the top of the 8th. Skulls still lead 6-1. Top of the High Rollers order. They need 5 to tie it. They have 6 to do it. Yeah, it was a very rough inning for the High Rollers, Fisek.
The shortstop, number
They got about half of it off. And Wally Wooly rips this one into left. That's a no-doubter, a line drive homer. He makes it a 6-2 ball game. 427 feet. That one got out of here in a hurry.
First baseman, number 89.
We'll bring up max range. Shuttlesworth not tense after that. Still neutral. 3-0 to range. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1. And a diving grab by Santa Ram to rob range of what would have been a hit against most other teams. And that one's grounded right back to Shuttlesworth. He'll get it to Dreams in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Skulls, 7, 8, 9 due up, looking to add even more insurance runs.
Now pitching,
That's going to do it for Reynolds, though. They're bringing in Liv Polbean, a C-plus pitcher. Shaw Jr. gets a hold of that one, but rips it foul. One's just outside, 2-2. And strike 3, Shaw Jr. gets rung up looking. We'll bring up Kevin Manikin. Locked in. 1 for 1 today. He's got a walk and an RBI. I think he reached base on a diving attempt from blind Ollie. Rounds this one out to range. We're out number 2. We'll bring up Carroll Henry.
number 44.
Off the plate. That's high.
2-1 to Henry.
Inside.
That one's inside. 3-1. That one's low, so Henry earns herself a walk. We head to the
Second baseman,
the
number
top of the Skulls of Rock lineup. Finally fouls that one off. 0-1. And he rips that one past the diving glove of range. Carroll Henry's going to test the arm of Evans. She's going to get to third in time. So men on the corners, 2 outs for Galileo Cat.
number 18.
They're going to check on Cat. Or they're going to check on Botley. He's locked in, has a lot of speed.
That's low.
Galileo Cat 0 for 4 today.
Ball high.
3-1 the count though. And that one's low, so they'll walk the bases loaded for Wreck Dreams of all people.
Now pitching,
They're gonna rip Polbean out. They're gonna bring in Peach Dropkin, hoping. Oh no! Liv Polbean elbow pain. That's a 4-week injury.
Low.
I don't know if someone's in chat, can we type in like an injury report? Elbow pain for Liv Polbean. And they're gonna walk Wreck Dreams, so that'll be another run plated for a locked in Alicia Kim with RBI man. She's already got a homer and 2 singles and 3 RBIs today. And she rips that one into left. That's going to be off the wall. 2 runners will score a double for Kim. And it's 9-2 high or 9-2 Skulls of Rock.
fielder, number
We'll bring up Buzz Yellow. Dropkin already tense. Pop this one up. It'll get down before anyone gets anywhere close to it. And strike 3. Dropkin gets Buzz Yellow to strike out to end the inning. So the High Rollers trail by 7, 3 outs to do it. And a tense blind ollie leads things off.
Ball inside. Steve.
Grounds that one hard right to Carroll Henry.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 10.
Chicken tenda in the box. 0-2 the count. We'll ground this one to Botley over to first in time for out number 2. So 1 out away. The High Rollers would need a miracle for this one to work out. 0-1 to Beltran. And she's going to ground that one to Carroll Henry. A nice stopping dive, but not in time at first. Beltran has too much speed. We'll bring up G Baby Evans. Swings at the high fastball, 1-1. Another one high and in, 1-2. And strike 3 swinging. The Skulls wrap this one up 9-2 as they upset the High Rollers. Skulls out hit the High Rollers 13-6. Wally Woolley and Beltran both earning themselves multi-hit games. Botley, Kim, Yellow all getting multi-hit games. Kim and Botley both having 4. Kim with 5 RBIs. She'll definitely be the player of the game. Boston earns the loss, 5 1/3, 4 earned runs. Ensalada gets the win. Shuttlesworth gets the save. And yep, Kim is your player of the game, followed by Woolley and Botley. Don't go anywhere, folks, though. We have the game of the night up next. Overdrafts at Gauchos at Motor Park. Turtle Beach game of the night. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you guys very shortly.
Practicing. I'm shooting a commercial for Turtle Beach.
Yeah, but we're gonna hop on right now.
I bet.
Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the same.
And we are back. I hope all of you enjoyed the Turtle Beach advertisement played before the Turtle Beach game of the night. Overdrafts at Gauchos. We have quite the pitching matchup today. Hattie May on the mound for the Gauchos. I believe both teams are undefeated this season. Overdrafts at 5-0. Let me pull up this schedule, see what we're rocking with. Gauchos 2-0. And Piston Omen leads things off with a single. Past the diving glove of the third baseman.
Now batting the first baseman, number 22.
The Overdrafts definitely, I would say, the dark horse this season. Completely revamped their team. Went under everybody's noses. Nobody At least I didn't expect them to be this good. And this ball's lifted, and that's going to put the overdrives on the board 2-0 immediately. Wow. I didn't even get the chance to like do my whole spiel. Overdrafts are already on the board.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 14.
Hattie May already tense after 8 pitches. I imagine if she records a couple of outs, she'll go back to neutral. It's usually how it works for the starting pitchers. She'll get Mookie Esther to strike out, and they throw it to first for
The shortstop,
out number 1, but Bo Jacoon up to the plate. One of possibly the biggest trades we have ever seen in the SSBL was Nico Baca and Bo Jacoon coming to the overdrafts from the Moonshots. Sorry, I'm a little nasally. My throat's starting to hurt because I was screaming last game, and it seems like I'm going to do a lot of that in this game too. And Bo Jacoon lifts this one out into right. Caught by Dalinar Colin though.
the designated hitter, number 45.
Brings up Shiro Amiya. One and 2 the count here to Amiya, and liner right to Banger, but the overdraft strike early 2-0 off the bat of Carlos Ramos.
Now batting, the left fielder, number
Miranda Biscuit leads things off for the Gauchos. We all know the Gauchos can put up some runs. They have very strong bats and a good pitching staff. Definitely rated as one of possibly the top 3 teams in the league right now. Soft grounder to Jacoon. The throw to first in time. A speedy Biscuit nearly beat it out.
hitter, number
Bring up Samir Tailwind. Was Tailwind the rookie of the year last season, or did French Pastry end up receiving it? Tailwind earns himself a walk.
now batting, the
We'll bring up Jay Watt. Oh man, how did I forget about this guy? Of course you gotta have Jay Watt playing in the Turtle Beach game of the night. Rome thinks it was Pastry. I think it was Pastry too. His home runs and RBIs were too high to ignore. We're gonna check on Tailwind. He's got a lot of speed. And Jay Watt lifts this one out into center. That's going to be off the wall. Samir Tailwind will round third, head for home. So the Gauchos put up a run off of a stand-up double by Jay Watt.
number 0.
Brutus Banger gets in the box. One out, man in scoring position. Two and 1 the count here to Banger. And Banger gets rung up there. Shared between Pastry and Fry Shack. Was Fry Shack a rookie last season? I thought he was a season 5. This one's popped down into left. And caught by Sardee for out number 3. We head to the top of the second. 2-1 overdraft. 6, 7, and 8 due up.
The third baseman, number
Swolhe
24.
Botani leads things off. He's got contact versus left-handed pitchers. His power and contact are through the roof facing off against Hattie May. Two and 2 the count here to Brotani. That one's just inside, full count. And that one is low and outside. So Brotani earns himself a leadoff walk. It'll bring up the veteran Everett Sardee. Quickly 0-2 to Sardee. And struck out swinging there. We'll bring up catcher Nico Baca. Not a lot of speed on Brotani. It would take a lot for him to be able to score. And that ball's hit in the gap. This might be what it takes. Neon Dion able to get there in time and get it in. So yeah, that speed was enough to prevent Brotani from scoring. But a stand-up double for Baca brings up KDC. And KDC gets rung up there. We'll head to the top of the overdrafts order. Piston Omen led things off with a single in the first. And he rips one up the middle there. That'll score two, so the overdrafts will go up 4-1. We'll bring up Carlos Ramos, who started things off with a pow. One and two here to Ramos. And that one's hit hard, but J Watt able to make the grab for out number two. So the overdrafts post another two. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Gauchos. They now trail by 3. That one's hit up the middle, so that'll be a leadoff single. As the Gauchos hope to close in this game. We'll bring up the catcher, Ernie Steele. And he earns himself a walk, so we're within one swing baseball. Billups could tie the game with one swing. She's way out in front of that one, eager for a homer. One's outside, 2-1 to Billups. That one's inside, 3-1. Fouls that one off, full count now. And Billups into right center! And that baby's out of here! We have a tie ball game, 3-run homer for Billups. 444 feet off of in the deepest part of the park, over the tallest wall. Nearly hit the statue. We're tied up at 4-4. Neon Dion grounds this one to third. That'll be out number 1. Top of the order for the Gauchos. 2-1 to Biscuit. 3-1. And Biscuit lifts this one into left, and that baby is out of here. So the Gauchos clap back and take the lead for the first time tonight. 377 feet off the bat of Biscuit, make it a 5-4 ball game. It's a mere tailwind. It's the second inning. We have had 3 home runs. We could technically have more. There's only 1 out. Tailwind pops this one up. Jaccoon ranging out into shallow outfield. Grab it for Out number 2 will bring up Jay Watt. We'll ground this one out to KDC. So that'll do it, but the Gauchos post 4 take the lead. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the overdrafts. I thought this game might have been a pitcher's duel. It looks like it could be a home run derby. Mookie Astaire grounds that one out to start things off. We'll bring up Boja Kuhn. Definitely one of the scariest batters to face in this league. At least nobody's on base for RBI man though. 2-2 the count. And Jakun grounds this one to Athena Hex. 4 out number 2. We'll bring up Shiro Amiya. Yeah, May already at 58 pitches through 2 2/3. And there's a quick out for her. Amiya pops up to shortstop Billups. 4 out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Gauchos. Bonatello tense, only at 49 pitches. But he needs to get through this inning. He wants to keep the overdrafts in this ball game. A diving attempt by KDC, not able to field it cleanly, and Banger is on with a leadoff single. Brings up Athena Hex. I definitely think Athena Hex has the most swagger of any player in the league. Something about the hair matching the glasses, plus just the nice Gauchos home uniforms. She's got some swagger. She lifts that one out in a right. So men on first and second for Dalinar Colin. 1-2 to Colin. And strike 3. Bonatello rings him up. But we have a RBI man, Ernie Steele, due up. Power and contact through the roof. Speedy runners on first and second. And they're off. Nico Baca, the throw to third wasn't grabbed, wasn't going to be in time anyway. So 2 men in scoring position. And that ball's hit up the middle. Boja Kuhn makes the play, but a run will score. It's now 6-4. And we have Billups due up. She had the 3-run homer last inning. And they're going to bean her. Wow. That was clearly intentional. Warnings have been issued to both teams. And that's going to, they're ejecting Bonatello. Liam Boss is coming in. He was not given enough time to warm up. He's in cold. Men on the corners, 2 outs against Neon Dion. And he strikes him out, so Liam Boss able to get out of that one. But the Gauchos score another. They get 6-4. That one's grounded to Watt. Over to first in time for out number 1. Sardee in the box. And that one's hit up the middle. So Sardee earns himself a 1-out single. 1 swing baseball. Nico Baca has the chance to tie things up. And that one's hit up the middle. So men on first and second now
Now batting
for KDC.
number 35.
Nico Baca has some speed. Ball hit in the gap could tie the game. Yes, Elder. The Skulls put on quite the performance against Tipsy Reynolds and Liv Polbean. Two and two to count here to KDC. Fouls one off to stay alive. And strike three, swinging the high heat Fulder. Will bring up Piston Omen. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 2 RBIs. He looks to put some more on the board. That one's in there for a strike. 0 and 2. That one's low. 1 and 2. That one's inside. 2 and 2. Full count now. The runners will go. And that one's hit up the middle. Hattie May, the fielding. Some pitchers might not field that one, but she was able to grab it and get it to first in time. Head to the bottom of the fourth, Miranda Biscuit. He's got a home run already tonight that put the Gauchos in the lead. They've scored one since, make it a 2-run lead. She's gonna pop this one out into right though. Mookie Astaire making the grab for out number 1. Bring up Samir Tailwind. That one's lifted but foul. Fouls another one off. 1 and 2. He's gonna pop this one up to Bo Jacoon, and that'll be out number 2. We'll bring up J Watt.
Number 10.
Quite the fun game for the Turtle Beach game of the night. If you guys have not, I think you're supposed to be typing exclamation mark here. I don't really know what's going on with all that. I was not informed of everything that's going on, and I have not been to the past couple. You just here, not exclamation mark here. And I think it has to be all caps. And that ball is lifted. If it's fair, it's gone. Oh, and it's less than a foot away from being fair. Carlos Ramos almost had his second homer. Or watched Jacked. I don't watch that either. I should, but I'll say I'm here, because I am. Been here the whole time. Mookie Astaire grounds that one out. So that'll bring up Bo Jacoon. No one on, 2 outs. One's fouled, that'll get in the seats. So 2 and 2 to Jacoon. And this one's popped, but it might have some carry. Colin grabs it for out number 3 at the warning track though. 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Gauchos. Visick, were you here for Bonatello getting ejected from the game? We had possibly, like, I don't remember anyone else ever getting ejected from the game, but like, that one's grounded hard to KDC over to first in time for out number 1. I mean, I'm just saying, he hit someone. He hit someone, right? And then they like pulled him. He hit someone who just hit a home run off of him the previous inning, and then then he had to get yanked. I once hit up the middle with a 2-out single. The mojo down for Liam Boss. Brings up Ernie Steele. Yeah, there was a bench clearing brawl as well. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Ernie Steele. So men on first and second now for Billups, who's got a 3-run homer already today. She was hit by Bonatello in her last plate appearance. What can she do this time though? Quickly down 0-2. That one's just low, 1-2. Fouled off to stay alive, still 1-2. Working Liam Boss. That one's grounded to KDC over to first in time for out number 3. So the score remains 6-4. We head to the top of the 6th. 5, 6, 7 due up for the overdrafts. That's going to do it for Hattie May. They're going to bring in Lily Pad. Hattie May had a good outing. Kept her team in it. Now it's up to the bullpen to lock this one down for the Gauchos. 2-2 the count here to Amia. That one was high. 2-2. And Amia lifts this one out into the gap. This will be a double for Amia. It was actually a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Dion's got quite the arm out there in center. But Brotani in the box. And Brotani lifts this one out into right off the wall. That'll score Amia. We have a 1-run ball game. Man on first, no outs. And the overdrafts are looking to do some damage this inning against a tense Lily Pad. We'll bring up the veteran Everett Sardee. And he grounds this one hard to Billups. To what? To Banger for the Dragons special. Nico Baca, 2 for 2 today. With the ability to tie this ball game with one swing. And strike 3 called. She can't believe it. So the overdrafts put up another off of the bats of Amia and Brotani. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Neon Dion leading things off. Swings at the high heat. 2-1 the count. We'll ground this one to KDC over to first in time for out number 1. Top of the Gauchos order, 4th time around. Liam Boss locked in. Hard ground ball right to Ramos. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 2. That's going to do it for Liam Boss. They're going to bring in D. Beltford. Another acquisition from the Moonshots. And strike 3 called. Tailwind gets rung up there. 9-1-2 due up for the overdrafts. They only trail by 1. KDC will lead things off. Actually, they're going to call in Joseph Wahlberger. It's a pinch hit. He's got a lot of power. He's going to ground that one right to Banger. Take it to the bag himself for out number 1. We'll bring up Piston Omen. Two and 1 to Omen. Swings through that one. 2-1. He'll line that one out to J. Watt. We'll bring up Carlos Ramos. Already has a 2-run homer today. It was about a foot off from having another one. Three and 0 the count. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1. Fouls that one off. Full count. Another one fouled off. And grounder back to lily pad over to first in time for out number 3. The overdrafts go down 1, 2, 3. The 3, 4, and 5 are due up for the Gauchos. Jay Watt leading things off. Defensive change. Joseph Wahlberger will now take over at second instead of KDC. Exchanging a little bit of a bat for some fielding. And Brutus Banger hits that one hard, but foul. 1 and 2 the count. And strike 3, well in front of that one. Banger gets rung up there. Brings up Athena Hex. First one's in there for a strike. Found that off. 1 and 2. And that one's a liner right to Ramos. We head to the top of the 8th. 3, 4, and 5 due up. A 1-run ball game in the Turtle Beach game of the night. To all of you in chat, make sure to type here, all capitals, if you are here. If you're not, I guess you wouldn't be hearing this or typing. Don't go anywhere after this, folks, though. We still have one game left. Express at Lumberjacks in Apple Field. As the Express look to get their first career win. That's going to do it for Lily Pad. Couple of innings pitched for her. They're going to bring in Ashley Weber to face off against Boja Kuhn. Boja Kuhn hits this one right to Billups. Over to first in time for out number 2. Brings up Shiro Amiya. He doubled 2 innings ago and then later scored. And strike 3, Ashley Weber rings him up. The bottom of the 8th as the Gauchos look to add on some insurance runs. Dalinar Colin leading things off for the Gauchos against a locked-in D. Belford. 1 and 2 the count here to Colin. That one's just outside. 2 and 2. And strike 3 gets past Baca. The throw to first will be in time though for out number 1. Brings up Ernie Steele. 0 for 1 today, but 2 walks. And he rips this one out into left center. That's in the gap. Rounding first, heading for second. And he's in there with a double. So men on second for Billups. Only 1 out. Gaucho's in a good spot to add some insurance runs. That one's lined right to Wahlberger. They'll keep the runner at second. So 2 outs now, man on second for Neon Dion. First pitch outside. Belford still locked in. 1 and 1 the count. 3 Ks through 2 innings pitched. Fouls that one off. 2 and 2. That one's high. Full count now. And strike 3 swinging. The overdrafts have 3 outs. The score 1, 6, 7, and 8 due up. Swohei Brotani steps into the box. He's got contact versus left-handed pitchers. It's active versus Weber. Oh, and 2 the count. And Brotani strikes out swinging.
The left fielder.
We'll bring up Everett Sardee. One of the few remaining Season 1 players still playing. And still starting for that matter. And strike 3, Everett Sardee strikes out there.
The catcher. Number 16.
Last chance now for Nico Baca, and they're gonna bring in Daniel Winkler. More power and more contact, I guess. Quickly down 0-2. And a diving grab by Banger over to first in time. The overdrafts. The Gauchos win. The overdrafts earn themselves their first loss of the season. Gauchos advance to 3-0. The overdrafts go to 5-1. Gauchos out-hit the, or no, they had the same amount of hits. I misread that. 8-8. Omen, Ramos, Amia, Brotani, Sardee. Baca having 2 hits in the game and getting pulled. Still insane to me. Colin earns himself a multi-hit game. Obviously the home run from Billups and Biscuit were huge. Not many walks, 8 strikeouts from both sides. Bonatello gets the loss, only 2 2/3 innings pitched, 6 earned runs giving up. Hattie May gets the win, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs. Billups is your player of the game, followed by Ernie Steele and Carlos Ramos. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got one more game left tonight. I will see you all shortly. And we are back, this time at Apple Field, with some Express versus Lumberjacks. Like I said last game, Express looking for their first career win.
Now back, the center fielder.
Seems like we have both of the managers for the Lumberjacks in chat. Hello, No Hummus and DDC. A diving play by Brainstorm, able to record out number 1.
Fielder. Number 23.
Nathalie Oregon. In the box for the Express, yellow or green. On the mound for the Lumberjacks, Origin. Okay, that makes sense. Origin, not Oregon. Gwen Atwood in the box now. Believe he was acquired from the Dragons. One's just foul, 1 and 2. Hey Fisek, did I do the commercials correct? Did everything end up being nice and pretty? And strike 3 called or Green strikes out Atwood. Awesome. I'm glad. Do you mind explaining what the whole here thing is? Since I'm obviously the only one that doesn't know. One and 2 the count here to Destroyer. That one's lined right to Lana Raydell. No. That's not what he's saying. There was a guy on the Express named Nathalie Origin. Is that at the end of the season? Denver. Oh, what a play by Lana Raydell. Each week? I did not know we were giving away headsets each week. That's crazy. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. I have been living under a rock. I'm sorry. I've been trying to buy a house with Bunbright, the manager of the Vikings. It's stressful. I work all the time. But I should be watching Jack. There's no excuse for that. And that's like the Turtle Beach thing is an all season thing, ain't it?
Now batting the shortstop, number 40.
Man on first, 1 out for Burpee Doyle. Puppet, if you're gonna talk in chat, you might as well color commentate, cause I don't know anything about the Express. Oh, Green rings him up there. Brings up Hans McGregor. 2 and 2 the count. And strike 3. Oh, Green earns herself her 3rd K of the night. Brings up the 4, 5, and 6 for the Lumberjacks.
Number 10.
And Tank Tygo rips this one out into right at the track, at the wall. And that baby's out of here. A jumping attempt by the right fielder. 385 feet. And that's a 1-0 ball game for the Lumberjacks.
The right fielder, number 8.
Inside. Outside. Ball high.
That ball's hit right, but right to Tilly Mackin.
The first baseman, number 3.
Oh, outside. Head up.
3-0 the count here to Gene Dream. And he'll earn himself a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 18.
D right. D right. Outside.
1-2 the count here to Flip Hecker. Grounder to Mackin to Doyle. Over to Atwood for the Dragons special. The Lumberjacks put up one off the bat of Tank Tygo.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7.
Ellie Mackin leads things off for the Express.
Low. Ball outside. Stay.
Grounder back to Orr Green. Over to first in time for out number 1.
Fielder, number 17.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Crow.
D right. D right.
And strike 3, Orr Green rings him up.
The center fielder,
Brings up DDC, oh no. DDC, how do you feel? Are you conflicted between which team you should root for? Flip Hecker grabs that one for out number 3.
now batting, the catcher, number 34.
Leading things off is Shelby Callens. Quickly 1-2. And she rips this one out into right. That's a no-doubter. And it's a 2-0 ball game. Callens mashed that one out into right. 399 feet.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 10.
Brings up Rasply Flubel. Nope, he's the pitcher. Chris Luzon. You can tell I'm getting tired. Chris Luzon acquired from the Unicorns last season.
Take your base.
He earns himself a walk.
Batting, the center fielder, number 4.
Nope. High.
Back to the top of the order, Kodiak Destroyer. In the box, man on first, no out. He's gonna pop this one up to the third baseman. Lana Raydell makes the grab for out number 1.
Fielder, number 1.
Follow.
And Speedy Gonzalez lifts this one into left, and that's gonna make it 4-0. That one got out of here in a hurry. Line drive homer.
Number 6.
Ball inside. Ball low. That's high.
Brings up Denver Brainstorm. Still only 1 out. And he rips this one out into center. That's back-to-back home runs. And it's 5-0 Lumberjacks.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 10.
D right. Stay. Ball low. Ball low. D right.
And Tank Tygo gets rung up there.
Batting, the
Brings up the captain, Phil Bartko, and he earns himself a 4-pitch walk. Is Bartko Jr. still the captain? Right? That's how it works. I'm now joined in the booth by none other than Puppet.
Hey, hey.
Flip Hecker steps into the box. And that'll do it for Raspy Fluvial. We'll bring in Brett Ruiz.
That's quite an early pull.
Yeah,
Let's take
2
a
and
look
2/3 innings. That's kind of like Bonatello last game.
here. Express bullpen looking at around a 180 overall.
That's
And
going to
then
be
you
a
have
walk to
Taylor
Hecker.
Hamilton.
The catcher, number 34.
So bases loaded for the catcher, Callens,
Now inside.
who I believe led the inning off with the homer. And she's going to earn herself another hit there. Origin, the throw home, not in time. So another 2 RBIs for Shelby Callens. It's 7-0 Lumberjacks.
Is that a fitness down?
Did you see?
Oh,
I
no,
didn't see
mojo
it.
down. Brett Ruiz, basically the first batter he faces, or maybe the second, has a mojo down.
A big
But
6-run inning for the Lumberjacks.
The left fielder, number 23.
There you go, Express 2-3-4 up.
This one's
Origin
pop.
versus Org Green.
It is a good name matchup for sure.
Number 39.
Wayne Atwood, a long time Dragon. if I remember
Yeah, sat
correctly.
in the minors most of his career, right? Is finally getting the start playing for the Express.
Yeah, and that's one thing about the expansion teams is a lot of these veteran players that, would spend most of their time sitting in the minors. They actually get to get some time as a starting player to finish off their career.
Oh yeah. Lindsay Pena in the box. She's got outside pitch. 1-2 the count. And she rips this one into center at the track, at the wall. It's out of here. The jumping Speedy Gonzalez not able to make the grab. 423 feet dead center. Makes it a 7-1 ball game.
I had something to say. I don't remember what it was now.
Now batting, the shortstop.
On Del Rey up the middle for a single.
Right.
Brings up Burpee Doyle.
Off the plate.
And that one's hit up the middle, so a little bit of a 2-out rally for the Express.
Now batting, the catcher, number 7.
And that one gets down, so the bases will be loaded now. Let's see if the Express are able to turn this one around. Second baseman Telly Mackin in the box. That one's right down the pipe for a strike. That one's in there too, 0-2. Just high. That was a close pitch to not swing at with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And strike 3 on the high heat. The Lumberjacks able to get out of that one unscathed. Besides the home run by Pena, I guess. But able to get out of bases loaded. I also mistakenly called Kodiak Destroyer Speedy Gonzalez last inning. I apologize. I did not realize Destroyer was out in center field. He grounds out to Lana Raydell though for out number 1.
That one did not. That one was close to going foul.
It was like right on the line.
No bye.
Here's actual Speedy Gonzalez.
Yep. And he takes a walk there.
Now batting, the second baseman, number
Man, those jerseys really look like stingers. Like,
Yeah. I thought the Express was more of a green as the secondary
yeah,
color.
same.
It's definitely more of a yellow. No one gets through, so men on first and second now for Tank Tygo, who's already got a home run today.
number 10.
And that one's hit hard, but right to Nathalie Origin. This
think it's just
Express makes
Natalie.
me think of Knights.
I don't think you say the th sound. I think it's just Natalie.
But it's got the H.
Yeah, but that I don't think you pronounce it.
Oh, and they hit the captain. That'll load the bases. Warnings issued. They won't eject Ruiz.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, Lumberjacks. That's a team that will get out of the dugout and
Yeah, they got no problem. And that one's hit up the middle. That'll likely score 2. DDC the throw home. Oh, not in time. Barely. That was a close play. Barely not in time. Ruiz is rattled. 30 pitches in. And strike 3 to Flip Hecker.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 17.
top of the 5th, it's Max Vargas. However, right-handed pitcher's not active.
We might get to see the double digits for the first time tonight.
Center fielder, number
The Skulls were
44.
close, but the Lumberjacks still have half of this ball game left to put up some more runs. Usually I noticed when one team gets this kind of lead, the game goes by pretty quick. Oh! Wow, look at that! A diving stop by Flip Hecker knocks it into Chris
Whoa.
Luzon's hand, and he throws it to
Wow.
first in time before the out.
That was beautiful. Just the alley-oop. Somebody's got to clip that.
Very nice play by Hecker and Luzon.
And that's the sort of team chemistry you really look at when you talk about the Lumberjacks. I mean, you know, I was joking when I talked about the Lumberjacks getting out on the field when Ruiz hit Bartco Jr., but they are definitely a team that has that sort of chemistry, coordination. So looking to really go far this season with that.
They're a fun team to watch. But they're also, I'll say it, they're a fun team to dislike a little bit. I think they kind of have the bomber effect going on, where They're a pretty stacked team. They've already won a championship before.
They do have a very strong history. Their first debut season, claiming
Winning it
a
all.
Super Series. And they'll make the postseason every season. So
Yeah.
and I doubt this season's going to be any different for them.
Yeah, I don't see them not making the postseason. With 6 teams making it from each conference.
And they have a really great shot at getting the Legends. Number 1 in the Legends. The only big competition there would be the Vikings, who also won tonight. But the Knights and the Express not having a super hot season, so. Jefferson Steelflex, I winced when I saw he was going into the Heroic Conference.
Oh yeah, 'cause you get to face him a little bit more often.
Yeah. He's already shut us down a couple of times.
Definitely a great relief pitcher. He's done a lot of good work in the pen for the Lumberjacks the past couple of seasons.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 6.
It looks like every Lumberjacks hitter that comes up, home run, single, they've got it for today.
Who else is in the booth? That is Puppet, Retrievers manager.
I know hummus.
Lana Raydell not extending her body to try to make a play there. And Tank Tygo goes down looking to end the inning. Head to the top of the 7th. Still 9-1 Lumberjacks. And it's even more of an uphill battle now that Steelflex is in.
Right,
Quickly,
and they're going to want to get to him fast because he can probably end the game with a steady pitch rate.
I could definitely see him finishing this game off.
Number 7.
8 pitches through an inning. He keeps that up, yeah, for sure. Quickly 0-2 to McGregor. And strike 3 on 3 pitches.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Brings up the second baseman, Telly Mackin.
Ellie Mackin had an opportunity for a grand slam earlier in this game, but struck out.
And he strikes out again there. Looking at that one. We head to the bottom of the 7th. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. This will be the last game of the night. But don't worry, we have a Super Saturday coming up on April 2nd. We will have 4 games in the AM, 4 more games in the PM, with, I believe, a jacked episode in between their streams. And then obviously we will have the minors.
Ellie Mackin can't make the play. Good dive though.
Then we'll have the minors posted on Sunday, like normal, I believe. I don't think we're going to delay that at all. I think the minors will stay on schedule.
So check this out. Express 6 hits on the game. Lumberjacks 9, but Lumberjacks leading 9 runs to 1. So Express having trouble converting when they do have a hit.
And perhaps that could be adjusted by maybe a lineup change or something. Oh no. Both runners will tag off of that pop fly to right as they tried to prevent the runner from going to third.
Yeah, that's just a throw to second moment. You gotta know.
Yeah.
You gotta know that.
So now 2 runners in scoring position for Shelby Callan. She hits that one through. 1 run will score, and we're cranking out the double digits. I had a feeling it was gonna happen this game. Have to get the double digits out. Is 10 to 1. And Luzon draws himself a walk there to load the bases for Kodiak Destroyer. He's tense, 0 for 4 today, but the bases are loaded, 1 out. Against a half stamina Robert Tomato.
Robert? Okay.
Robert Tomato. That's fair. I don't know why I pronounced it like that. And struck out, swinging his Destroyer. Brings up Speedy Gonzalez. He's got a home run today and 2 RBIs already. He looks to tag on some more runs. 1 and 2 the count. One's high, 2 and 2. Tomato's stats starting to go red. The runners will go full count. Fouled off to stay alive. We'll do it again. And ball 4. They walk in a run. Now 11 to 1. Denver Brainstorm, who also has a home run tonight, in the box. Pitching change to Jalen Hamilton.
That's an interesting choice. Jalen, probably the lowest rated of the Express bullpen. Also has a BB prone and lower accuracy, so.
Also has K-Man, which is active now. And they'll get Brainstorm to ground out to third. We have nearly 20 viewers. Why is nobody talking in chat? I thought I was putting everybody to
my Twitter,
sleep.
my YouTube, my Twitch. Yep.
I thought I was putting everybody to sleep. Nobody's been typing in chat. And that ball is ripped to left field. Knox Vargas makes it an 11-2 ball game.
That's better than 11-1.
Yeah. I would kind of like to talk about the records of the new expansion teams. Because if I'm not mistaken,
They're not great.
I think they're 2 and 17 combined between.
Let's see. Express 0-5. Liberty 0-4.
Wait, what trade? Am I losing my mind? Did we
There's a new trade.
we had a trade?
Yeah. Skulls making a move with the overdrafts.
Buzz Yellow is no
Buzz
more.
Yellow leaves his brother?
Father.
Father?
Yeah, I think they're all juniors.
Okay. And Vern Knight Jr. going to the Skulls. So, big piece of the Skulls onto the overdrafts, and I really, really hate the Skulls now. So,
Because now you get to face Buzz Yellow.
yeah, the overdrafts get to be even better.
I think the overdrafts like stand a pretty good chance of winning it this year. Maybe 1 or 2 have a win. Yeah, so the Sparrows have a win, right?
Now it's
And
against the Skulls.
yeah, and the Mythic have a win, but it was against another expansion team.
Right.
It was against the Sparrows.
Though nobody really expects any of the expansion teams to win. Maybe the Sparrows can sneak a couple.
I think
They do have high stats.
some of I thought the Express stood a pretty good chance of possibly making playoffs and sneaking in. Obviously, with the start that they've had, I no longer think that that's a possibility. Yo, Lindsey Pena is having an insane game right now. Home run, 2 singles,
Oh
locked
yeah.
in.
Off the plate.
Oh,
They brought in Pete Nokia.
that's an interesting pull.
Got an inning and 2/3 left in this one for Nokia to get done. And that's going to be a Dragon special right after I was just talking about how good Pena was doing. I'm sorry.
Again, Dean?
This is the second time tonight.
The designated hitter, number 10.
Bring up.
And look at the hits, 8 to 10, but no conversion. It does help to have homers compared to.
And they're
singles.
speaking of them. Tank Tygo's second of the night.
Oh yeah, yep. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm behind.
Who did? What was? Someone posted. Was it league announcements?
What did they post?
What was the thing talking about teams who have still yet to hit a home run? And that's another one. They go back to back for the second time this game. This time with Tank Tygo and Phil Bartko.
3 teams who have not hit a home run are the Mythic, Skulls of Rock, and the Serpents.
So the
But that
Skulls
might
of
have
Rock
changed.
changed that today. Alicia Kim hit a home run. I think.
Speaking of home runs,
Yeah.
yep, 2 in a row.
They're kind of popping off. Have we seen 3 in a row in like a real game before?
I think we definitely have seen 3 in a row. I don't know about 4 though.
4 is kind of stretching. We're not going to see 3. Gene Dream is going to be walked.
Outside.
Flip Hacker, he is the only Lumberjack, I believe, who does not have a hit today.
All aboard, take base.
Earns himself a walk there.
The catcher, number
Leland Hamilton might just need to go rest for the night. Doesn't seem to be having a great game.
No, it does not. And now she's facing a locked-in Shelby Callens, who has just possibly hit her second
see
home
it.
run of the night. Nope. Okay, off the wall, but that's going to be another 2 runs for the Lumberjacks.
now batting, the shortstop, number 10.
Yeah, so exciting game here. Very close, very tense.
All low.
1 and 2 to lose on. K-Man active. Full count now. BB Prone also active. Nearly hits him. Ball 4. I doubt they'll let or Jalen Hamilton pitch much longer.
But then again, it is a 2-15 game, so they might just try and conserve their bullpen.
Yeah. Only the game thought that way.
Listen, I'm trying to make it. Just go with me here.
2 and 2 to Kodiak, and he gets rung up there. Bring up Speedy Gonzalez. Home run and 2 walks tonight. 3 RBIs.
Express got a bit of beef with the Lumberjacks.
It seems that way. I think they're a little upset that the Lumberjacks are upshowing them this much. That one's lined right to Doyle.
The second baseman.
Well, they are in the same division.
Number 33.
So
Whitney
maybe a
just
bit of
posted in the,
competitive.
and that ball is creamed to right center. It's gonna be 18-2. Is this the most runs in a game so far this season
I
by
know.
one team?
I know we got 15 in the game, but
So this is
they
18.
have just surpassed that. Well, no, actually, week 1, when the Wildcats absolutely just decimated the Stingers.
Oh, you know, you're
4-19.
right. That was a 20-run game, wasn't it? Oh, that'll do it. We go to the top of the 9th. Express trail by 16.
Now back, the third baseman.
It's doable.
I don't think we've ever seen that many in an inning before by one team.
All they have to do is basically 3 times in a row just smack the face of the pitcher. I mean, it's basically what they've been doing the whole time with their pitching. So.
One's outside 2-2. One's grounded to Brainstorm for the first out.
The shortstop. Number 40.
Burpee Doyle. Whitney said in the SSBL chat that the Skulls doubled their scoring output the second that they started selling off all their players. And that'll do it. Lumberjacks win 18-2 here in game 4.
No way. Man, the odds are. Oof.
18 runs off of 14 hits. Huge innings with the 6 and the 7s.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it really was. If you take away the 3rd inning and the 8th inning,
Would've been
it's
a
actually a
lot
close
closer.
game.
Yeah.
But,
Kodiak
you
Destroyer
can't really do that.
and Flip Hacker, the only ones without. Nope, Chris Luzon didn't have any hits either. But Kodiak Destroyer never reached base. At least Hecker and Luzon both walked.
Yeah. Shelby Callens with 4 hits.
Monster
Okay.
games for basically everyone on the Lumberjacks. Pena having herself the game. Lubuol getting the loss, 7 earned runs in 2 and 2 innings pitched. Or Green getting the win, 5 1/3, 1 earned run. Shelby Callens, Brainstorm, and Gene Dream are your MVPs. So that'll do it for tonight. We hope to see you all this Super Saturday. I believe Fysick and Whitney are going to be on the calls. Keep an eye out for Jacked and the minor leagues coming out this weekend as well on YouTube. Hope to see all of you again. As always, I'm Dean.
I am Puppet.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.
That was